On Friday, Donald Trump held a meeting at the White House with Michael Flynn, Sidney Powell, the lawyer who they swore had nothing to do with the Trump campaign, but here she is meeting with Trump at the White House. And the topic of conversation between these three and several others in attendance was apparently a coup. Really, there's no other way to say that. These idiots gathered at the White House to discuss the possibilities of staging a coup here in the United States. Now, before I continue, let me repeat what I've repeated nonstop since the election ended. It ain't going to happen. Okay? This isn't going to happen. But it was discussed nevertheless, and these are some pretty serious allegations against Donald Trump and these idiots gathered in that room. So let's talk about them. First and foremost, you had Sidney Powell. According to those in attendance and those who knew about the meeting, one of the topics discussed was making her a special prosecutor with the authority to confiscate voting machines to investigate voting fraud here in the United States, a problem that doesn't exist except for in the minds of conservatives. So the other issue that we know about was that Trump suggested using the military somehow to overturn the results of the election. That's a military coup. If you have to use military forces to overturn the will of the people, congratulations, you're now a dictator. And that is exactly what Donald Trump wants to be. That is what Donald Trump wants to do. But here's the kicker on all of this. One, the U.S. military wouldn't even go through with this if he told them to. Yes, he is the commander-in-chief, but if our troops actually are loyal to the Constitution, they wouldn't do this. They would decline it. And if they did go through with it, then we never really had a country left anymore, did we? So it's kind of like, well, I mean, if they did it, they were going to, you know what I mean? Like, you can't watch the military go through this and then think, oh no, we just lost our country. No, if they were willing to do this, we never had a strong country to begin with. Like, it was always on eggshells, ready to collapse at any moment. But again, I seriously doubt they would go through with that. And given the people in that room, Michael Flynn, Sidney Powell, Trump is picking the most incompetent people in this country to run his little coup. So the chances of success, if he were to attempt to pull it off, are roughly 0%. So no, I'm not worried about it. I know lots of people are freaking out about it, and even some of them are saying, am I overreacting now? Yeah, you are. You really are. Like, calm down. The most incompetent people to ever serve in the United States government, and y'all think they're going to somehow stage a successful coup? Trump dismantled the post office and still couldn't steal an election, even with Republican governors suppressing the vote left and right, purging people from the voting rolls, instituting these voter ID laws, closing down precincts, making people go to one area to vote, and he still couldn't pull it off. And you mean to tell me you think that this is the guy, this is the party that is still somehow going to overturn the will of 80 million people? No. So that's what it is. Trump obviously is denying any of this took place. He calls it fake news, says it's overblown, totally not going to happen. There's also reports coming out that they discussed, promoting kind of this mass chaos, mass protests on January 6th, which is when the joint session of Congress is going to certify the election results. That actually seems likely to happen. I do think Republicans will do that, and it will have absolutely no effect at all on what is going to happen in that joint session of Congress. The election is over. The fraud isn't real, and Donald Trump is not going to stage a successful coup. That is the end of it. One of today's video sponsors is Privacy, and right now they have a wonderful offer for all of our Ring of Fire viewers. Go to privacy.com/ROF. Sign up for your Privacy account and you will receive $5. Privacy.com, their service is absolutely one of the most vital in an online world today, especially during the pandemic. Everyone is encouraged to stay home, so we're ordering more things online. And so your bank account information is more vulnerable than ever. Privacy gives you security. This is a product that I use all of the time, and here's why. If you have ever had your bank account information stolen, if it's been part of a data leak, that is a massive headache, trying to get your money back, trying to repair your credit. Privacy helps take away some of that concern. What Privacy does is it provides a browser extension, or you can go right into the website or into the app, and it can create a virtual bank account or credit card number. It can be a temporary number that only is used one time, or it can be merchant specific, meaning you can create a bank account card that only works for one particular website. So if that account happens to get hacked or has a massive data breach, that card number no longer works with any other website. That is how Privacy helps protect your bank account information in an increasingly insecure online world. So again, go to privacy.com/ROF. You get $5 free just for signing up. Or if you don't want to type it in, just click the link at the top of the video description below.